You would like to call the meeting to order?
I'd be delighted to do that. Thank you all for joining us today. I hope we don't have a long agenda, but we certainly don't have a long agenda. I hope we don't need a lot of your time, but I thank you for that. So I'll call us to order. Ms. Carpenter, will you call the roll, please?
Jones?
Here.
Pardue? Here. Rose?
Here.
Ms. Rose, can you simultaneously hear and speak to the board members?
I'm sorry?
Can you simultaneously hear and speak to the board members?
This is Redonna Rose, and
Yeah.
I am here. And yes, I can.
Okay, can you identify any persons present in the location from which you are calling?
I am alone. I'm the only person in the room.
Okay, and can you confirm that you received board materials in advance of the meeting?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Segurity? Stites?
Here.
Van Hooser?
Here.
Ms. Van Hooser, can you simultaneously hear and speak to the board members?
Yes, I can.
Would you please identify any persons present in the location from which you are calling?
No one else?
And can you confirm that you received board materials in advance of the meeting?
Yes, I did.
Captain Wilmore?
I'm here. I can confirm all that they confirmed, and I am alone.
All right, thank you. Harper?
Here.
Madam Chair, you have a quorum, but a quorum is not physically present. In order to proceed with action items, the board must make a determination of necessity for proceeding without a quorum physically present.
Okay, so because we were not able to get everyone together in the same room, and I apologize for that because we had relatively short notice on this, we do need to make a determination of necessity for this meeting. And as I understand it, according to the law, I will just read these words. If a physical quorum is not present at the location of a meeting of a governing body, then in order for a quorum of members to participate by electronic or other means of communication, the governing body must make a determination that a necessity exists. So let me give you all the facts that I believe make this a necessity, and you all can we can then act on that hopefully. The facts are that all of our committee members and chairs terms expired on June the 30th of 2019. We were unable to nominate and approve a vice chair, an executive committee member, and audit committee members and their chair at our June meeting because we had 3 members whose terms were expiring on June the 30th, and one position was vacant. And it was unclear at that time who would be appointed to fill those positions. As we all know now, the governor reappointed our 3 incumbent board members in July, which we're very thankful for. And so the board now has 8 voting members with no terms expiring in the near future. And we do still have one position still open. And I don't have an update on that, by the way. The appointments can't wait. These appointments we're going to deal with today can't wait until a date when a quorum could be physically present or for the regular board meeting in September, because the committees and chairs need to prepare in advance of the regular board meeting in September. So it's my opinion that these facts and circumstances necessitate a meeting without a quorum physically present. Can I entertain a motion to that effect?
So I'll make that motion.
Thank you. I think I heard Tom make a motion, and is there a second? I'll second the motion. This is Redonna. Thank you, Redonna. So hearing a motion made and seconded, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Oh, Chair Harper will need you
yes.
roll call vote.
I'm sorry, roll call. Thank you, Kay. If you'll do a roll call.
Jones?
Aye.
Pardue?
Aye.
Rose?
Aye.
Stites?
Aye.
Van Hooser?
Aye.
Wilmore?
Aye.
Harper?
Aye.
You have 7 ayes.
Thank you all. I appreciate that. So with that, we can now go about our business. And the first of those items is the board appointment of a vice chair. And as you all know, these procedures, this all stems from the procedures for the board and the board committees that we have established. The board elects a vice chair, so I'll open the floor to nominations for the vice chair.
This is Tom. I would nominate Teresa Van Huser to serve as the vice chair of the board. Second.
And is there a second to that?
Second.
Is that Johnny?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Johnny. I'm sorry to have to ask you all. You sound very distinctive, but when I only hear one word, sometimes I can't guess. So the motion's been made and seconded. Is there any discussion or anyone want to have any comments about this before we take a vote on Ms. Van Huser? Hearing none, I think we need a roll call vote. Ms. Carpenter?
Jones,
Aye.
Pardue, Rose,
Aye.
Stites,
Aye.
Van Huser,
Abstain.
Wilmore,
Aye.
Harper,
Aye.
and 6 ayes.
She would be.
And I believe that's adequate, isn't it, Ms. Carpenter, for a vote?
It is.
Great. And so I want to say thank you to Teresa for being willing to do this, and to Tom and Johnny for nominating her. I think that's an excellent choice, and very proud to know. And by the way, she lives on the Tennessee River, and I live on the Tennessee River, so we may have a floating up and down the river party of the chairman and vice chairman here. So that's our first item of business. Our second item of business is that, and I'll just remind everybody, this will be an appointment of the executive committee member. Our board procedures, which you all received a copy of with your board materials, specify that the chair and the vice chair are standing members of the executive committee, and that the chair of the board serves as the chair of the executive committee. But the procedures also say that there would be a third, they call it an at-large, the procedures describe it as an at-large member of the executive committee to be appointed by the board. So I'll open the floor to nominations for the third member of the executive committee.
Madam Chair, this is Radonna. I think because of his experience of serving as chair previously, that Tom Jones would be an excellent person to serve in that capacity. So I would nominate Tom Jones.
Thank you, Radonna. Is there a second? Second. Is that Teresa? Yes. Great. Thank you. Thank you both. Is there any discussion about that nomination? Hearing none, I'll call for a roll call vote.
Jones,
Abstain.
Pardue, Rose,
Aye.
Stites,
Aye.
Van Huser,
Aye.
Wilmore,
Aye.
Harper,
Aye.
6 ayes.
Thank you, and thanks to all of you all for that. And Tom, thank you for your past service as the chair. You had an amazing opportunity and challenge having to be the first chair of this auspicious or inauspicious board, however you want to think of it. And I thank you for that and for your willingness to continue to serve. And I think it's an excellent idea to keep you on the executive committee as we move forward. So now our next order of business is to appoint members of the business and audit committee, and then also a chair of the audit committee. So I'll entertain a motion for the appointment of audit committee members and chair.
I would like to nominate Johnny Sykes, Ernest Gervie, and Sally Pardue as members of the Audit and Business Committee, and that Johnny Sykes would serve as chair.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Tom. Is there any discussion? I guess I'll just offer this one comment, and that is we've been kind of having this, and I may have started it by abstaining from my own nomination and election, but we don't want all the members of the committee to abstain. I'm not sure we have enough people to vote. Is that true, Ms. Carpenter, or would we have enough if everyone abstained is on the committee?
We would have 4 affirmative votes, that would be a majority of the court voting members present, so.
Okay, so you all can go either way you want to. Just as a matter of procedure, I just wanted to make sure we didn't make a mistake. All right, so hearing no discussion, take a roll call vote, please, Ms. Carpenter.
Jones,
Aye.
Pardue. Aye. Rose,
Aye.
Stikes,
Aye.
Van Huzer,
Aye.
Wilmore,
Aye.
Harper,
Aye.
7 ayes.
Excellent, and I sure thank you all for your willingness to serve. This is, and Johnny, to you in particular, you've got big shoes to fill coming in after Teresa, and I thank you for that. And Teresa, to you for your service as the first Finance Committee Chairman or Audit Committee Chairman. That was a big job. So then the last remaining item on our agenda is that I will announce the members of the Academic and Student Affairs Committee and the chair of that. Again, according to our procedures, the chair has the prerogative to appoint these members. So I am appointing the following members to the Academic and Student Affairs Committee: Radonna Rose, Barry Wilmore, Mason Hilliard, and I'm going to appoint myself in the interim until we have until our vacant slot is filled, because our procedures require us to have 3 voting members, and Mason is, as a student, is not a voting member, although he's an important member of the board and of that committee. He doesn't fill the seat of a voting member, so I'm going to put myself in that temporarily. And then Radonna Rose will be appointed to be the chair of that. I made that as a statement, but I'm going to ask Radonna if she would accept that.
I'd be honored and I'm willing. Thank you.
That's honored and willing are 2 good words. Thank you. Okay, I think there's no action required on that. Is there anything else to come before the full board? All right, hearing nothing else, I think we're going to have a short break before we start our executive committee meeting. And so I will adjourn this meeting, and I believe everyone is welcome to stay. Is that right, Ms. Carpenter?
It is.
For the executive committee meeting. So I think the audio visual folks needed a minute to get some things set up. So you all just tell me when you're ready.
I also wanted, while we were streaming the
Wait.
board,
We stopped.